Okay. Sorry about that. We'll wait and see if anybody pops on. If you are watching the replay, let me know. If you're on YouTube, I am going to record this for YouTube, so feel free to, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can use the comment section. But say hi as you come on, so I know that you're here. Happy Tuesday. It's Tip Tuesday in the Simply Grace and Grit world. If you're new to our team, I like to come live every Tuesday and just be intentional with sharing with y'all. So today we're going to talk about trainings. I'm going to give everybody about 30 more seconds and then I'm going to get started. And I do have my notes on my computer, so I don't ramble too much or get off topic like I like to do. So say hi as you come in. Sometimes I can see that there are people here, but Facebook has changed it to like it doesn't alert you when everybody comes in. So let me know when you're here. But today we're going to be talking about trainings. And this is a wide subject, but it's really important in the Scentsy world, I feel like. Just because trainings are what helped me get to where I am. So for people who did the trainings, I watched them and soaked it in and implemented what they told me. Not everything worked for me. That worked for some other people, but that's part of it. Hey, Hannah. So trainings that I'm going to talk about today I'm talking about like the typical videos or the lives that are saved, usually from a live in their team group like this. And they're shared to highlight a certain topic. So you're getting a training on trainings pretty much today. But so trainings are important because that's how we learn. That's how we're versatile. That's how, just imagine if the trainings that you have watched before, imagine if that person didn't share what they were doing or didn't show you how it works in their business, or they just didn't take the time to talk about what that specific topic is and what it means. If they didn't take the time to share that, then a lot of people wouldn't be where they are in their business now. A lot of people wouldn't have the ideas, hey Anya, that they use in their business. They wouldn't have found a system that they love. They wouldn't have found a thank you card that they love. They wouldn't have found a label. So sharing is really important and trainings are really important. And what you do with those trainings are also super important. So that's what we should be doing on our team page. Not necessarily, I'm not asking you to go live and do a training on a topic, but we should definitely be sharing what we're doing. And a lot of the times I get a response, well, I don't have anything to share. And that's not true, because everyone in this business has something to share. Even if you started yesterday, you could have just a totally different outlook on things than anybody else on our team. So sharing how you're booking parties, or sharing how you're getting your PRV, or sharing how you're making samples could be really helpful and business changing for a person. So make sure you're always sharing. This group page is not for me. I use this page to give to y'all, but you should also use this page to take what everyone is sharing, but to also give back and share what you're doing. Again, any little thing, any big thing, it can make a difference. So keep that in mind. So trainings are important because that's how we learn. Trainings are important because we get to watch all different kinds of people do trainings, even if it's on the same thing. So we have an amazing team. I believe we are under the best SSD in this company, Chloe Cox. We have the best trainings. So if you're not utilizing those trainings, then you're doing you and your business a disservice. Hey, Amanda. So make sure you're utilizing those trainings, because one, she doesn't have to do it. Chloe and all of our other SSDs in our group don't have to do trainings, but they do because they want to help us. And then same thing for all the other, like there's a few people on YouTube that I also follow that are not in our team, and they share just because they want to share. And that's what Scentsy about, because if we all kept our ideas to ourselves, none of us would grow. None of us would be able to look at things in a different perspective because you watched a training from someone new. So make sure that, and I will share in the comments who I follow on YouTube. I also have a YouTube channel that I'm starting to get up and going. It's really just a way to share trainings like these that I go live on our team page and be able to share that with other people that may not have the leadership that we have on our team. So sharing is caring. Hashtag sharing is caring. So who is usually are the trainings that you should be watching? Top leaders in the company. I suggest directors and above for their YouTube channel, or even following them on social media. So it's not even necessarily a video training, but we've talked about this before, watching what they're doing, not copying, pasting, but seeing what kind of content they're sharing, see how they share, see how they talk to their customers and their followers, and all that is very important. But I would definitely suggest directors and above, just because they're doing something right. So you're not going to take advice from someone who doesn't know what they're doing in this business, just to put it nicely. You're going to take it from someone who has been successful in what they're sharing. And that's another thing, is that I don't think ever, but very rarely will you find a training that someone is doing a training on that they haven't experienced themselves. So usually if they're going live about it, if they're sharing it on their YouTube channel, if they have a training on it, if they're asked to speak at World Tour or SFR about a topic, it's because they have found something to be very successful in their business. And so obviously we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want to learn, and there's no point in reinventing the wheel or trying to do something that's never been tried before when you have something right in front of you that has been tried and proved itself to be true and helpful in your business. Okay, so make sure that, you know, if it's someone that either I share or anybody on our team shares that they watched a training from, it's going to probably be a director or above. And not that anyone that's not a director or below has content to offer, but I'm just talking about as far as like YouTube and actually sharing trainings on stuff, okay? So we did the where. So the when. A lot of people say, well, those trainings are so long, I never have time to watch them. I don't have an extra hour in my day to do it. So if you haven't learned yet, I don't like excuses. So, and that's saying it very nicely. I will say we all have the same amount of time in a day. We all have a personal life other than just our business, right? Hey, Emily. Yes, Anya, the rolling of the eyes. That's strong over here in this house, but we all have the same 24 hours. We all have something personal going on in our life. And so even if it's something that you're not aware of, someone's going through something. You know, I'm not the type to put all of our business or our schedule on Facebook, but like, we have a busy household, you know, and I'm not going to go into detail, but and it's not a bad thing, but it's just, I'm busy too. And yes, I do Scentsy full time, but I'm also a mom full time. I volunteer. I do other projects, running a household currently by myself because Eric's deployed, all of those things, not to even mention like all the small things that come up in life, right? So we all have 6 kids. We always have something happen. But if it's important to you, you will make time for it. And I always tell people when they say, oh, well, I don't have time to do that, I say replace that phrase with, it's not that important to me, because that's pretty much what you're saying. If it's important to you, you will find time for it. So when can you watch these trainings? Literally, you don't have to sit down and watch the trainings. I personally, if it's something that I'm really interested in or I know that I need help in, I will sit and watch a training and take notes. A lot of times I do it on the go. So I listen or watch stuff while I'm exercising. So while I'm on the treadmill, and I wrote down some ways on the way to work and from work for some people. So anytime you're in the car, anytime you're running errands, all of our trainings are usually kid friendly. So put it on in the car with the kids and listen to the training. In the shower, some people do it in the shower if they take really long showers. That's their relaxing time. In the bath, again, take your me time, but also, I mean, you can do two things at once. Exercise, like I said, doing chores, mowing the grass, put your AirPod in, put whatever pod you want to in your ear, one in, one out. Kids are probably playing, do your chores and listen to a training. While you're doing samples or while you're working on your business. So while you're doing samples or while you're doing what I like to call the fluff. So if you're cleaning your office or you're making a cute graphic or you're whatever, doing something that's not income producing, listen to a training while you're doing that, because usually the fluff or making samples, that doesn't take a lot of brain power. So you can do two things at once by listening. Find the time, even if it's in 30-minute increments, take the time to train yourself. And I will say, as a leader, I can tell who takes the time to train themselves and who doesn't. Because people that have a problem and then they still have that problem 6 months later, they're not doing anything to help that problem. They're not training themselves on how to get more PRV. They're not training themselves on how or what to do with sponsoring. And there's just so much content that if you're not going to take the time to train yourself and invest your time into your business, you can expect your leader or your director to drop all things when you have a question about that, because you haven't taken the time to train yourself. We are all here to help. We are always more than willing. But when you ask me a question for something like that, I'm going to usually ask you, have you watched Guide to Growth like I did this morning? What trainings have you watched on it? What new things have you tried? I'm not going to tell you exactly everything that I have tried before, because I do that every day in this group. I share literally everything I do in my business. I share. So if you're not taking the time to read posts or videos that people are sharing, then you can't expect them to want to respond to you right away when you have a question about that same exact thing. It shows that you have not invested the time into trying to figure that out on your own. And not that you're on your own, but usually if you ask me a question, I'm going to show you where you can find it. I'm not going to give you the answer, because that doesn't teach you anything. That's going to teach you to keep coming back to me for your questions, which is great if you really need help, but you have to take initiative in your business to run it. Again, I'm an excuse buster. So if I tell you you need to watch a training and you come back to me and you say, well, I just haven't had time, and it's been a month and it's a 2-hour training, that's the only thing that I asked you to do before moving on, then that shows me you're not investing your time and it's not that important to you. And if it's not, that's fine. If it's not, that's fine. I know you're silly. If it's not that important to you, that's fine. If this business is not that important to you, that's fine. But I'm not going to use my time to invest that into you if you're not going to invest in yourself. So, like I said, not everyone has to do this for a career. Not everyone has to do this full time. But you have to also remember that if you're not saying the same thing over and over again, if you're not going to invest time in yourself and in your business, then you can expect your leader, your director, your star director to. Okay? So, like I said, I'm going to share in the comments who I watch for trainings. I subscribe to them on YouTube, so that means that every time they upload a new video, I get an alert. I get an alert on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can set it up where it even emails you to do that. I don't have that set because I just don't, but I do have it for a notification. So I get a notification from YouTube on my phone. And literally, if you don't have anybody to watch, go to YouTube and type in Scentsy Director or Scentsy PRV or Scentsy whatever it is that you need help on. Because a training can change your business. And I'm not going to say it's going to be from me. I'm not going to say it's going to be from your director. But a training can change your business. And I know that because I've been there. A training has changed my business. I have a few aha moments. And a few of those are from trainings, from people. One of them is not even on our team. I've never met her, but she changed my business from one of her trainings that she shared. So, take the time to invest in your business. And it's literally like, I'm not asking you to sit down for all day and take notes. And like I said earlier, if you're doing it, if you're listening to a training while you're doing something, you're like, ooh, that's good. What I always do is I just look at the time on the video, and then the next chance I get, I'll write down that time. So then I can go back to the video at like 1:30, and I can replay it and write that down real quick, if that makes sense. Just because, like I said, no one expects you to sit down at your desk for 3 hours and watch a training. But if it's something that you need help on, you do have to invest some time while you're doing something else in it. So I hope y'all have a great Tuesday. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have anyone that you follow on YouTube or you just love their trainings, please share in the comments here as well, and we'll just keep it all in one post. But I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.